Why not? My name is James Humay, and I'm running to be the next commissioner on the Cook County Board from the 1st District. My motivation in running for office was brought about by my unsettling concern as to the direction not only Cook County, but our entire society is headed. And of course, the overreaching regulations enacted by our governing bodies during the pandemic, and quite frankly, for the many decades preceding. I could stand here and deliberate my viewpoints on topics like mandates and taxes and gun control and government spending, and I suspect I'm addressing an audience that would be extraordinarily receptive to my platform. But I'd rather talk about something a little bit more significant, something that I've experienced while running for office. And the fight for freedom is never the struggle of the many against the few. It is the outnumbered, often a minority of just one man, holding steadfast and advancing deliberately into a tempest of a maddening mob. And at this moment, we stand at what is perhaps the most significant crossroads in the history of mankind's struggle for self-determination. It is our moral imperative that we are shepherds that steer society along that reasonable path. My fellow candidates and most of us assembled here this evening have chosen this route. We have willfully enlisted and self-conscripted ourselves to the front lines of this engagement, knowing full well the odds are not in our favor. And with this in mind, we must examine what defines victory and disappointment. Of course, every ballot checked or lever pulled for a libertarian in the voting booth becomes another gear in that machinery we need to fabricate in order to tear down the forces of tyranny. But to characterize our purpose based on a construct of the state will in no way advance our cause and only emboldens misanthropes that seek to disparage us. And while it seems like we are shackled to the predefined parameters set forth by the state, we can utilize those chains as a tool to pull apart that wall of autocracy and leave behind only rubble of that which was designed to divide us. So what we must do is to utilize our conspicuous positions as a loudhailer, and we're shouting into what seems to be an endless void, a vacuum of space that often provides only silence as a response. And when we do receive acknowledgement, it only echoes castigation. But we must be the ones that place truth before power. It is not enough to just convey what the multitudes wish to hear. We must have the resolve to relate the unpopular and the uncomfortable. We cannot dilute our perspective of liberty in our attempt to pursue it. I'd like to quote Ayn Rand from her 1961 essay for the New Intellectual: "Courage and confidence are practical necessities. Courage is the practical form of being true to existence, of being true to truth. And confidence is the practical form of being true to one's own consciousness." While every news outlet and social media page consistently squawks about the widening rift fracturing society, propelling us farther apart, my experience in campaigning for office has shown that we can be an impetus for amalgamation. We have the fortitude to lead by our actions and forge together a coalition of those that are desperate for a new way of governing. I've witnessed it firsthand. Family and associates from all corners of the political spectrum have contributed to my campaign. My urban socialist friends have signed my petition to get my name on the ballot, and while we don't see eye to eye on hardly any issues, they revere my unwavering convictions. The neighbor I encountered while dispersing door hangers noticed I opposed mandates and shared with me her outrage. I am becoming more libertarian by the day, she told me. You definitely have my vote. My Army veteran landlord whom I've had numerous exchanges with on a wide range of issues, from military intervention to property taxes, already cast his ballot for me. If I alone can contribute to even one individual abandoning the status quo and leaning towards that light of liberty, I can declare this whole endeavor victorious.
Woo!
We are the beacons of our communities, that point of enlightenment that shines through the misconstrued notion that libertarians are nothing more than gun-toting, pot-smoking hyper-capitalists. I mean, I am.
You're not wrong.
You might know somebody. In the end, it is our conduct for which we will be judged. We cannot allow results of ineffectual outcome to be our designation. We must be memorialized for our uncompromising principles, our righteous morality, and illuminating guidance. And then I'd like to quote our friend Ludwig von Mises from his final masterpiece, The Ultimate Foundation of Economic Science. Action is purposive conduct. It is not simply behavior, but behavior begot by judgments of value, aiming at a definite end, and guided by ideas concerning the suitability or unsuitability of definite means. It is conscious behavior. It is choosing. It is volition. It is a display of will. Do we have the will? I believe we do. Is our behavior conscious? It must be if we are going to succeed. Our actions, they must be bold, for there is no role for the cautious. Our message must be blatant, for the truth cannot be concealed. And above all, we must be brave, for those that wish to see us fail feed on fear and trepidation. Thank you for letting me address you all this evening.